Hello, cheapskaters. I'm just trying to see. I don't know what I've done. Something. Okay. Hello, cheapskaters. That's better. Now you can see me. I hope. Let me know in the comments if you can see and hear me. Because I don't know what I've done, but I've got like 49 different views of me here. Annabelle was first tonight. No, she wasn't. Who was first? Beverly. Hello, Beverly. Hi, Joy. I hope you had a lovely cruise. Hello, Patricia. Hi, Tabitha. Joy's made a few things. Food gifts. I have a show coming up on food gifts. Hello, Annabelle. Hi, Mary. Hello, Greg Evans. Hi, Delaney. From your bed. I hope you're not feeling. I hope you're feeling not feeling well. Does that? I don't know what I'm saying. I hope you're not sick. I saw your photo you posted of your cannelloni. It looks delicious. Over on Cheapskates Chatter. Hi, Kylie. Hello, Sandra. Hi, Jane. Good, you can hear me. You can see and hear me. That's good. Okay. Hello, Cheryl and Kelly. And hello, Eve. Okay, everyone can see and hear me. Hi, Maureen. Okay, I am so sorry about the last couple of weeks, guys, but life just gets in the way. Sometimes I just can't spread myself any thinner. I wish I could, but I just can't. And things happen and other things have to take priority. So there we go. But we're back this week. We've got 33 people watching, which is really good. I'm going to get into it because there's usually lots of questions and it means we run over. And not that I mind running over, but I don't want to really hold anybody up. Let's see. Okay. Now I've clicked a button and done something else. But anyway, it will help me. Okay. Remember, if you've got a question, all capitals so it stands out and I can find it in the chat. I will check back periodically to try and find the questions and answer them as best I can for you. Some of the things you'll be familiar with because they're staples in my present box. There's a few new things this year and some of the things you won't see till after Christmas because I haven't sent them yet. And I know the people who will be receiving them will see this video. And I like surprises to be surprises. So bear with me. But after Christmas, probably, I don't know, between Christmas and New Year, I might jump on and do a this is what you didn't see so that you can plan for next year. Because now we've almost finished our handmade Christmas for the year. It's time to start thinking about what we can do for next year. Because handmade, it solves a number of problems. It means that you can tailor a gift to suit the person. It feeds your creative side, if you have one. I do. I like to be creative. I need to be busy making things. It saves you a bit of money. And if you're, like I am, trying to work your way through your stash, it uses up some of your stash and brings that craft pile down a bit so it's a bit more controllable. Okay, so all right, now okay, okey-dokey. All righty, so 40 people watching, that's really nice, and we're only 5 minutes into the show. All right, things that you saw that I do all the time are obviously the dishcloths. Okay, now these I do, used to always do the on the diagonal, and I still do those, but I discovered that I can crochet. Who knew I can crochet? I can actually crochet more than trim around face washes. So I've been doing these fun daisy dishcloths, and there's quite a pile of them. Quite a pile of them. Some of them I've put in our shop and they've sold really well. Some of them have already gone out for gifts. I like to have them on hand for I need a present, just a thank you, or I'm thinking of you, or hi there type present, just a spur of the moment spontaneous thing. So a dishcloth and a scrubby that goes with it, and that's quite a nice little gift to have on hand for any time, not just Christmas. Okay, so we have a young friend getting married this week, and she's getting a set of dishcloths and scrubbies for her new kitchen. So that's the dishcloths. Let me move that. There you go. There's one on the diagonal, like I like to knit them. Here's a crocheted one. This is really nice cotton. The colours, I love the colourway, and it's sort of blocked up well. It almost looks patchworky, doesn't it? That's another one. That's another one. I got a bit fancy with this one and put a frill on it. I think I was sitting in the middle of the desert when I did that one. There's some more on the diagonal. This is a new to me pattern, and it's really pretty. Can you see the detail in that? Really, I'm going to stay. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. See that? It's almost like a shell. It's really pretty. I love it. There's another one in that pattern, and another one in this. And Joy might recognize these. Excuse me. Must be dust in my cupboard. And this was another crocheted pattern, and this is one that Roseanne from the Women of Proverbs 31, or Tuesday Afternoon Club, she shared the link to the pattern for this, and it's really quick and easy. And this is a nice dense stitch, so it makes these dishcloths super strong, but it also means they're really good for scrubbing. You know how I like these ones for scrubbing, because being just garter stitch, you've got the knobby bits. A bit hard to get knobby bits in crochet, but this particular stitch lets you do that, so you can scrub your plates or your glasses or even your pots and pans without scratching them. There you go. Which is why I like hand knitted dishcloths. Now I use Bernat Handicrafter cotton. It's 100% cotton. I buy the big balls. They're either 400 grams or 500 grams. They have become hideously expensive since 2020. But it's nice and strong. And I like the colorways, because dishcloths can be a bit boring. They aren't necessarily an attractive thing to have in your kitchen. And I do swap them out every day. We have a clean dishcloth every day, sometimes more than every day. But I like the colorways. They're really pretty. They're nice and bright. But it's really good. Now I get it from American Yarns. They're here in Melbourne. Like I said, it has got very expensive. Okay. Hi, Estelle. Hello, Outback 6. Hello, Melissa. Okay. Annabelle, yes. Well, yes, always. Crochet is always faster. I don't know why. Knitting is slow. It's tedious, but with crochet, the stitches are bigger, of course, because you're doing a double crochet or a treble or half double crochet something. So they're bigger than just a garter stitch or a purl stitch. so it does grow faster. I can do, I don't know, they take, if I'm going really slow, probably 40 minutes to do this size for me, and that's using I use a 4.5 mil hook because I like them. I have big hands, guys, so I like the cloth to be able to fit my hand so I can wash or I can wipe easily. But yeah, crochet is much faster than knitting. Even when I'm knitting, I used to knit edges for my tea towels and face washes with the finer cotton, and you'd knit the lace, and that's really fun to do, but quite tedious because it's slow. So crochet is much faster, which is why I started crocheting around my face washes and things when we first got married. All right. Thank you, Miss Aussie Thunder. There we go, Outback 6. Did I answer your question? I use Bernat Handicrafter. It's Canadian, I think. It's imported. It's really super strong. It is expensive. It's about $25 a 400 or 500 gram ball, and the difference between the balls is plain colors. The plain colors are 500 gram balls. The variegated colors are 400 gram balls. So that's the difference in the sizing, but they are roughly the same price. Sometimes you might get it on sale, but like I said, I get it from American Yarns. They're online. They're located here in Melbourne, but it's just a mum and daughter that work it, and they have the Lily brand and all sorts of brands too, but I really like the Bernat for my dishcloths. Okay, all right. Again, let me see what I'm doing. That's better. Here we go. Tea towels. I keep thinking, oh, I've used up all this cherry gingham, and then I find more. I have no idea how much I bought of this stuff when I first bought it, but I bought lots. But hanging tea towels, I go through these. I have a clean one every day for hands in the kitchen. I have them in the laundry. The old ones get put out to the shed. These are really good. They're quick and easy to make, and they're fun too. So there's that. And just on tea towels. This is just a little, I love this because it had the garden scene on it with the little birdhouse. Isn't that cute? These were just, I think, best for less tea towels. Oh, got a thread hanging, goodness me. But the birdhouse is so pretty, so cute. When I gift those, if I'm making up a hamper of sorts, I might do a kitchen hamper. So I'll have a dishcloth and a scrubby and a tea towel, and I might throw in some gloves. Will I show you the gloves? I'll show you the gloves, guys. You want to see the gloves? These are new. You haven't, I don't think you've seen these, or not from me anyway. These are fun, these gloves. Let me show you these gloves. See them? How cute are they? How cute are they? They're just fun. It's just a way to make rubber gloves a little bit more fun. Stitch a frill around the top. Now, I've made these for donkey's years, probably about 20 years, for different gifts. Sometimes I'll even make them for myself, but they're just fun, because doing dishes and cleaning the bathroom isn't fun, but that's just a nice way to do it. And yes, they work. They're functional rubber gloves. These ones were from IKEA. Oh dear, I want to show you these ones. I'm going to show them to you anyway. And these ones, how cute are these? These are Ansell brand, and they're the silver lined, so they don't stick to your hands. So there's those. So they're fun. So I've done a few pairs of gloves this year for different people on my gift list, because they use up little bits of fabric. They don't take a lot of fabric. They're useful and they're pretty. I like doing them. They're really pretty. Now, I found they're called Gloverlies. Or in my book, I've got them written as Gloverlies. And I found them online. And I really think it was, I was going to say Hillbilly Housewife, but I don't think it was. It was a long, long time ago. Oh no, it might have been that lady that did the, and she doesn't do it anymore. Her website's closed. Her name started with L. It'll come to me. It might have been her. How many cloths do I get from a ball, please? It depends on which pattern I'm using. The daisies take about 45 to 50 grams, depending, and that depends on your tension, the size hook you're using, and your own tension as to how much yarn you'll use. So if you go on 50 grams and a 400 gram ball, you'll get 8, if that makes sense. And that might explain to you why I charge so much for my dishcloths when I'm selling them. Okay. Hi, Chris. Hello, Tegan. Delaney says she needs to make gardening gloves with elbow length sleeves. Oh, yes. Well, that's a bit like I used to make for Wayne when he was working in the paddocks, because there's always weeds and prickles and things in the paddocks. So I used to cut off his old jeans when they were beyond repair. I'd cut them off and make boot covers out of them. So denim on a pair of gardening gloves, and then with a cuff, if you could use ribbing around the top to make the cuff so it's not too tight, but you don't want it falling down, but you don't want it so tight that's going to cut circulation off, that might work. I'll have a think about that, Delaney, because that could go into next year's gift list. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I like that. Okay, next up, a new version of my hanging tea towels. New version, I put frills on them. I don't often do things like this and frill them up. Can you see the frill at the bottom? But it's really pretty material. I really liked it, so I did that. Now, again, I'm on the shower puff and face washer kick. I have a lot of, this is Bendigo cotton from Bendigo Woolen Mills, and it is, I think, 8 ply. Going by the feel, I can't remember. It's not 4 ply, no, it's 8 ply. I just like doing these, little bar of soap or a bath bomb, pop it in a bag or a little box, and you can make boxes really easily, and it makes a nice gift. But these are useful too because they go in the wash. You can toss those in the washing machine, toss that in the washing machine, you can toss that in the washing machine, so you can use it and toss it in the machine and have it clean again. So that was those. Now what else? Oh, I decoupaged more spoons. I had a whole heap of wooden spoons, and I found more of this pretty rose paper in the drawer. So I did some more of those because they go really well. Just as a decoration, I've got, well, you can't see it, but over there on the canisters, I have a spoon that says Mum's Bakes Are Best. It just sits there. I don't use it. It just sits there for decoration. Okay, did we do the dish scrubbies? Just more dish scrubbies. I like different types. This is a really good type. This is a nice thick one that you do all in one, but it's about 4 layers because you crochet over it. It sort of crochets over itself, and it's nice and thick. And I use the scrubby yarn. So again, it's good. You can use it on your dishes, on your china or your glassware, and it doesn't scratch, but it will clean your pots too, or your sink, or your bathroom basins, or your bath, anything that needs a bit of abrasion without being abrasive. Does that make sense? More jar openers, because they are really easy to do. But I've found if you open lots of jars, you'll probably only get 2 years or so out of it before the rubber starts to deteriorate. So again, this stuff you buy by the roll. I got a whole heap on clearance from a $2 shop that was closing down for 50 cents a roll. But I know Kmart sells it, Reject Shop sells it. I'm sure Bunnings would sell it. They sell it as shelf liner, but different prices. Kmart, I know, has different types. So I would just get the cheap, whatever it is, $5 a roll, and go with that. But little bits of fabric that you have left from other projects, that's all you need for these. This one was a tea towel, and I had some black rubber, which is why I used the black tea towel. So they're all fun. Look, there you go. And this has to be the last scrap of this cherry gingham. It has to be. I'm sure there's no more left. I'll die if I find more. So let's see what the comments are. Kath, the jar, yeah, it's just that shelf liner stuff, Estelle. You buy it by the roll. I think it comes in either 1 meter or 2 meter rolls, and it's usually either 30 or 45 centimeters wide. But that's all I use. It's the same stuff that the jar. I've got one in my drawer. Let me see. I don't have a bought one. I haven't got a bought one. I've only got one of mine. So, but it's just the same stuff. It's easy. They're easy to do. Now, I do double layer mine. So there's 2 layers of fabric and 1 of rubber. I do that because it's easier to sew when you do that. But there's a thread. I didn't trim these off very well. It's easier to sew, but it's a better, better grip. It gives you a better, it's better on your hand, not as rough on your hand if you're using 2 layers of fabric. And I just use cotton because you can hand wash them with a little bit of cool detergent, or put some dishwashing liquid in the sink with some cool water and hand wash them, because the rubber will get icky. And then just lay it out flat and let it dry. Don't iron it. How do I work out how much to sell my items for? It depends what it is. It depends how much time goes into it and what they actually cost to make. and then I might do some research and see if there's anything similar around and how much they are, and then I'll decide whether I'd pay the price I've settled on or not. And if I won't pay it, then I will decide what I would pay for it or what I believe it's worth, and usually that's what the price is. I don't have it, there's no formula, there's no set formula, because everything is variable. There you go, there's another spoon, look at that. It's still got the tag on it, with more of that pretty paper. It was just tissue paper. Just tissue paper. So pretty. So there's no set formula that I use, Eve. It's how long it takes, how complicated it is, if there's a lot of work required by me, or if I can set the sewing machine off and let it do its thing, or the scan and cut and let it do its thing, or there's a whole lot of variables. So I can't give you an, you know, A plus B times C equals whatever, because I don't have one. Jane says the jar stoppers are great to put under the foot of your sewing machine to stop it sliding. Oh, well, I actually made a mat. I had a few mats this year for that very reason, but I don't have any here. That's a good idea, Jane. Yeah. Okay, what else do I have? I think I showed you the clock a few weeks ago. Showed you the clocks, all the different clocks. This one doesn't have the numbers on it yet. They're fun to do, and you can paint the outside if you want to. You can put different papers on the inside, different numbers. Change the hands, paint the hands if you don't like the color of them. Some of them I've painted gold, and these are just battery operated, and they Kmart sell them for about $2.50 or $3. IKEA sell them for, I think, around the same price, might be a bit more. They're just a fun thing to do, and you can tailor it to whoever you're giving it to. So, and they're super easy to do, because the face is already in there, so you use the face that's in there as the template for that one, for the new one. I've done them with pirate paper for a new baby to go in his nursery. I've done all sorts of florals and different things, seams. It's just what I do. Another thing I've done a lot of this year for giving are tea cozies. I do like doing tea cozies. I like using tea cozies. So I've done quite a few of these. I think I've done about 8 this year for different people that I know use teapots for their tea, in different colours, and all the same pattern, because I only know one pattern, but different wools, and some of them got pom-poms on the top, some of them have I crocheted flowers and put flowers on the top. Depends who it's going to. Some people aren't flowery people, some people are. So they were fun to do too. So that was something. I don't know whether I know I've shown you tea cozies before. I don't know whether I did any for Christmas last year. I can't remember. I've done a lot of hand towels this year, just simply with different ribbons. And not my cup of tea, but black is the new bathroom colour. I find it rather revolting, but it's not my cup of tea. But black is the new bathroom colour. So if you're looking for new towels, you're going to be hard pressed to find pretty ones, because they're all going to blacks and greys and dirty browns. So I've done these. This is just ribbon. I did these for Christmas. Christmas hand towels. Again, it's just ribbon. Now this is wired ribbon, so you need to take the wire out. It just slides out. It's really easy. And of course, I did these. I bet you can't tell who they're for. I've got two, and they're so cute. So keep your eye out for ribbon. Ribbon is really handy for just adding across the bottom of a tea towel, across the bottom of a hand towel, corner of a face washer, to trim a baby's bib. Oh, I didn't put those out. I did some baby's bibs this year too. Ribbon is really handy, and you don't have to be a fantastic sewer to use it. Now, like I said, this is wired ribbon, so you just pull the wire just comes out. Cut it to the length you want, and then just pull that wire out. You can save the wire to use it for another craft if you want to. I don't. I actually put it in the recycle bin. I don't know whether I should or not, but that's where it goes. And then it's already hemmed, so you don't have to worry about hemming it. You just sew it on. It's so easy. I wrap it around. I cut it long enough to have a bit, fold it in and fold it over again, and stitch it down so it sits nicely on the front. Really easy. Super easy. And they're quick. They're quick. And these hand towels came from Big W. These ones came from, oh no, these came, I was going to say Kmart, but these are Big W hand towels too. Because Kmart didn't have black, or the black Kmart had was a weird black. It wasn't, it was, if black can be dirty, it was a dirty black. Okay, now let me see. Do I have ideas to make pretty bath mats? No, because our bath mats get used for all sorts of things. So they wouldn't stay pretty for long in our house, Kylie. But you could put some ribbon on them. You could put ruffles on the ends. You could put a ruffle, get a strip of fabric. Let me see what I've got. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, you get a strip of fabric. You can cut it to 2.5 times the circumference of your bath mat. Double, however wide. If you want it 2 inches wide, you'll cut it 4 inches by 2.5 times. Gather it up, stitch it on. You've got a ruffle on your bath mat, and it will be pretty. You could then do your towels and hand towels to match, but just cut your strip of fabric. Just, I don't know where this came from. Had it out today. So there's your strip. So cut your fabric into a strip and do that. Ruffle them up. Or you could crochet around them. That's hard work though. Although if you're going to do that, it's not hard work crocheting around them. The hard work's getting the foundation row. I don't crochet the foundation row. I work a row of blanket stitch around if I'm doing tea towels or face washes or bunny rugs or anything like that, that with a crochet trim. I do my foundation row is a row of blanket stitch first. I don't crochet the foundation row. It's faster and it's easier, even with an awl poking the holes through. Excuse me, it's still hard work. So you could try that and see if that would work. You don't want anything actually on the middle of the mat that's going to get stood on and whatever, and you don't want to you don't want to iron anything onto it, because then it's not going to work. So yeah, I'd try frill it either end or all the way around. You can crochet it or sew it on, or lace, or It depends on the theme of your bathroom, the style of your bathroom, I guess, as to what you use. But yeah, pretty bath mats will be wasted in our house. Oh, there's lots of okay, so let me go to here. Oh, Delaney says pop into the going lower thread for a chat about pricing. That's a good idea. Annabelle loves frills. I like frills too, and I'm not, this is going to sound weird. When I was younger, I was a girly girl. I was frilly and pink and lacy and tizzy and fluffy, and that was me. And then I got married and we moved to the country, and pretty and pink and lacy and frilly and fluffy didn't actually work in the paddock so well. So I sort of cut it back a bit. Then I had 2 little boys. So it was hard. By the time Hannah came along, I'd sort of talked myself out of the girly girl, frilly, you know, stage. But I'm slowly getting back now. Now I've got time to myself almost. I'm slowly getting back to it because I really do like it. And it doesn't have to be over the top. I'm not, I was going to say, I'm not, oh, I don't know the word. I'm not, everything has to be lace and frills and pink and pearls or whatever. But I like pretty things. I like pretty things. So now that there's no more running up and down the hallways and no more, you know, chance of footballs or basketballs or cricket balls coming through the windows and, you know, things like that, we can do some of those things. Bendigo Woolen Mills have great sales, and if you're on their mailing list, they'll let you know. And if you're on the mailing list, they will send you samples of sample cards with the colours, which is really handy when you're trying to match something. There you go, Kylie. Jane says make a patchwork top and line it with an old towel. That's a good idea. Okay, now something new that I really I ummed and ahed about making, but I did it anyway, was, because I used them in our picnic basket, serviette holders. Serviette, oh, I'm facing me, you won't see it. Serviettes go in. They're simple like that. They fit. And to put them in, I don't know if I can do this backwards. To put them in, I'm going to stand up and go like that, and go like that. I can't do it backwards, sorry guys. And there you go. It's just an easy way to hold serviettes. You can use them on the table. You could use them for Christmas. You can use them for barbecues. Like I said, I've got them in our picnic baskets. I have one in our van so that serviettes don't get scattered all over the place. Anyone that's got a van and knows things get scattered. So that's those. They're really easy to make. 4 squares of fabric, 2 of the facing, 2 of lining, and 1 of a really light iron-on violin, iron-on interfacing, just to give the backing a bit of stability, and a button. Super, super easy. Now, this idea came from Christine's Home Affairs on YouTube. I love her channel because it's so basic. It's perfect for me. Really basic sewing. And and her things, her projects are easy and they don't take a lot of fabric. These can be made with just little bits. They're 20 centimeters square. So you can use little bits of fabric to make these. And again, you could match them with a dishcloth and a dish scrubby and a hanging kitchen towel. You could do the kitchen towel in the topper in the same fabric and make a set out of them. But they're just a nice little fun thing to do. Do them in Christmas fabrics. Excuse me. Do them in Christmas fabrics for your Christmas table or your Christmas barbecues, your Christmas parties and things like that. Especially good for outdoors because it just stops the serviettes from blowing away. But they're super simple to make and really, really fun. So there we go. Here. Okay, I've got to do these because I can smell them. I can smell them. I've got these. These are little, whoops, little sachets for your wardrobe. That's a pretty one. That's a pretty one. Again, tiny amounts of fabric. 3 minutes. 3 minutes they take to make. They do not take long at all. They use tiny bits, amounts of fabric, and I have filled them with rice. And I scented the rice with essential oils for about 5 days before I made these, so that it had time to be absorbed into the rice. And there's the rice. These ones are eucalyptus and lemongrass. It smells really good. It smells really. I want to leave the lid off and let it scent the whole house. That sort of means that I will have to add more oil to it eventually. So I just popped some rice in the jar, and this is an old jalapeno jar, and added the essential oil. Now I started off with 15 drops of each, gave it a really good shake, left it for a couple of hours, smelt it and thought, no, it needs a bit more. So I added some more oil until I was happy with the strength of the fragrance. So there's no set. It's really good. It's really good. There's no set instructions or recipe or quantities. The black stick in the jar is an old tent peg to keep the rice floating around. That's all these are. These are really cute. Now this idea I got from Fee Ransley. She was a member of Tuesday Afternoon Club. Off a very old YouTube video of hers, and these are really cute. Again, it's something that you could do in a set. You could have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 and put them in a box, in a acetate box, present them that way with a bow on them. You could just give them as they are. They can be just a little gift, someone that you've got to give a little gift to, or you want to give a little gift to, or you can just put them in your own wardrobe and let them scent the house. Right. Okay. So I keep going back because the comments are flying too fast. Okay. The thing keeps flashing up at me, new comments. Okay. Yeah, Cheryl, the serviette, the little serviette holders are, yeah, if you're outside, perfect for the van or eating outside, barbecues, that sort of thing, because, yeah, it just stops the serviettes from blowing away. And they're light. And I know, you know, if you're traveling in a van, weight is always a consideration. And they're light. Joy learned a great hanger cover from a crafty lady on the cruise using wool wrapped and tied into rings. She added sequins and a sachet with oil in it. Oh, you'll have to show us, Joy, to teach me. You could put whatever you like in the rice, Estelle, as long as it smells good. Put whatever you want to put lavender in, or you could use rosebuds, would be pretty in there. I was going to say, what else? What was the other flower I was thinking of? Gone. Okay. Eucalyptus, Estelle, lavender and eucalyptus. It sounds bizarre, but it is so good. Have to be one of my all-time favorite scents is lavender and eucalyptus. Just smells divine together. I don't know why, but they work really, really well. Lavender and eucalyptus. Lemon and lavender, orange and lavender go well too. There you go. Someone said, all right, you can't stand eucalyptus, so go orange. Go orange. And it would depend, Patricia, it depends on the timber. It would depend on the timber. But don't wood shavings, freshly shaved wood, doesn't it smell divine? Oh, it smells so good. But it would depend on the timber and whether or not it was going to give out any oils itself, I would think. Okay, now this next one was so quick and easy. I whipped up in one Sunday afternoon and a Sunday night. I whipped up about 20 of these little things, and this is an exact copy of one that was sent to me a couple of years ago by my friend Tanya, and it's just a little crochet granny square, 2 granny squares crocheted with a little flower, and there's just I've used calico because that's what I had, with some wadding in there to make a little pin cushion. Tanya sent me one a long time ago, a long time ago, and I've used it and used it and used it. So I was going through my yarn stash and I had little bits of yarn. I had some white, I had the pink, which actually came from Joy, was a gift from Joy, and I've done some in green, some in with the granny square pink and trimmed them in white. I've done pink and trimmed them in green. So fun, but they are so quick. They literally take under 15 minutes of crocheting. They're really, really quick to do and so much fun. And again, that's just something that you just pop into a parcel. It's just a little extra something, or if you want to say thank you, or you've got someone that you know likes to sew or embroider, little pin cushions. And I say in my house, in my sewing room, my craft room, pin cushions never go astray. Never go astray. I've done more of these because these have been really popular, not the jug, but the cover, which is just doilies. I've got Hannah searching high and low for doilies for me. She has great op shops in her town, so she's constantly on the lookout for doilies for me, for these. And these are glass beads. I use glass beads for the weight. You could use plastic beads, but they're not quite heavy enough. So if it's a windy day, your jug cover or your glass cover might blow off. But yeah, different doilies and those. So I've done heaps of these this year. Apart from the fact that I love them and I use them, I think they make a nice gift. And the smaller doilies are perfect for popping over a glass. Glass on your bedside table at night time, because nobody wants bugs. I'm always scared spiders going to drop into it and I'll drink it or something. I don't know. It could happen. It could happen. Not that I've ever seen a spider in our bedroom, but it could happen. You know, I'm just paranoid about things like that. I don't like the thought of it. So these work really well over a glass. And they're fun to do too. And again, they make a nice little gift. Would team it. If you wanted to do a glass size one, get a smaller doily and team it with a pretty glass. You might find a pretty saucer that would fit, the glass would fit on, so that you'd have the set. It would work. Of course, we've got lots more of these, because these are so handy. So handy. Just the flannel, that's flannelette with the microfiber cloth on the back. Now I have to say, guys, I was a bit disappointed with these microfiber cloths. These are from Bunnings, and I think they're a bit stingy. They're a bit light on, I thought. I much prefer these thicker ones from Kmart. You get them from Kmart. I think they were 3 in a pack or 4 in a pack. Much nicer quality, much nicer quality. Now, these will still clean. They're fine to clean. But I wasn't as happy with those as I am with these, just saying. So I've got quite a few of these, and I'm not sure what I'll do with them. I may gift them, or I may just keep them and use them myself, because I don't like the idea of gifting something that I wouldn't use myself, or I wouldn't be happy with myself. But flannelette is often on, you know, great sale at Spotlight. If you have a Spotlight near you, or go online, you can order online from Spotlight. And when they've got their 80% off, it brings it down to about $4 a metre. You get heaps out of a metre. So you can use it for your cleaning cloths. Makes great softies for your nose in winter, hankies in winter, if you want to, for this too. And they have beautiful patterns. Yeah, see, here's another one. This is a bigger one, slightly bigger one than I made, and I just overlocked it instead of running it through the decorative stitch and cutting it, because that's just run around on the sewing machine on a scallop stitch, and then I used my pointy scissors to cut it. Okay, there's another little sachet. They just smell so good. All right, more lace bobbins. Again, they are easy to do and they're fun to do. And if you're a paper crafter, you are bound to have lots and lots of paper that needs using up. Great way to use up your paper. Really pretty. I love doing them. I cover both sides of them, and I pack them in sets of 5. Tie them with lace, because they're just nice. They're cute. They're really handy too. If you're a sewer or a crafter, you will have ribbon, you will have lace, you will have twine that needs to be put on spools. They're great. And these bigger spools will do your thin ribbons as well as your wider laces. So you don't need to have a whole heap of different sizes. Seed packets, again, I go through these like crazy, especially at the end of summer when I'm saving seeds. So seed packets, they're easy to do. They're just a little 3x2 envelope. So if you've got an envelope scoreboard, you can make them, or you can do a template and make them. They're really easy. Again, they only use a little bit of paper. You could do them in brown paper and stamp them. You could just do them in brown paper and leave them. But they're really easy to do. And I've just got a little label on the front that says, let me take one out and I will show you. And it just says seeds, date, and the instructions. So, you know, plant full sun 5 centimeters apart or whatever. Really easy to do. So if you've got gardeners on your gift list, you can give them, taking it out now, I can't get it back in. Whoops. Give them a set of seed packets, seed envelope. These are my lovely ones. I think you've probably seen from last year. These are another handy thing that I've done a lot of this year too, and they're just little extras and nail file holders. I'm yet to buy the nail files to go in them because I can't find good nail files. But simple little things. Again, it's just a length of cardboard, notched, folded up, and tied with ribbon. I put some decorative designer series paper on the front. That's all they are. They're really simple and easy to do. They make good things too for Mother's Day stalls. If you've got a Christmas stall coming up at school, they are quick and easy to make, inexpensive to make, even with nail files, but they sell really well because they can be a lower priced item. And if you use bright colors and pretty colors, they sell like hotcakes. They sell like hotcakes. Now, we made these in my Christmas craft workshop, but I've done a lot of them too, just to pop in the Christmas cards this year as a little extra. And it's just a little desk calendar. There's that one. I did this one, which was cute. With this one's a sticky note holder with the desk calendar on it. The other one was just the desk calendar. So they just pop inside the envelope with the Christmas card, or put a thing on the back and make that your Christmas card. Again, they're really easy to make. If I can do them, anyone can do them. No special tools required other than a ruler and a pair of scissors if you don't have any other crafting tools. A ruler and a pair of scissors and a pencil. Yeah, and a pencil would help make life easier. That's all you need to make them. And it's just cardstock and paper, and then your little calendars. Now you can buy the calendars from craft shops. You can get them online. You can get them on Amazon, from eBay. They're usually like 10 for $3 or something. They're about 30 cents. They work out to about 30 cents each. 10 for, they've gone up. They used to be 10 for $2. They're 10 for $3. Or you can make them, if you've got the patience to make them, you can download a template and print them off and cut them up and glue them up to make them. I'm not sure that you're saving any money by doing that, but if you want to, you can. And gift card holders, the other thing I'm making. That's just a little, and the gift card just goes in. I'm working backwards here. This goes in there. You've got to cut out your gift card to go in there, and that's it. Close this over. That's your gift card holder. The other thing we did at our workshop that I've made a few of because they're fun are these giant baubles that are just sticky note holders. So it's Christmassy. They don't have to be Christmassy, but I did them because it was a Christmas workshop, so we made them Christmassy. It was just gold cardstock, and I did run it through an embossing folder and cut it with the circles, lined it, and stuck a sticky notepad in it. I didn't stamp all the pages on the sticky note. I just stamped the top one because I was afraid if I stamped them all, sticky notepads are not that reliable or staying stuck together, they'd come apart. So I just stamped the top one. That was those. More line, lost the plot, more line readers for your patterns. I use mine all the time for knitting, crocheting, following things. Put it on your page and just move it down line by line as you work your pattern. Particularly handy for cross stitch grids or tapestry grids, anything that you've got to, you know, follow line by line, but break it up. So I can hear crickets. So they're just magnets, lengths of magnet and different ribbons like those. Now the other thing I've done lots of, and I will be selling these at our stall on Sunday, is this one doesn't have in it, but little lip balm holders. I just cut them out. They're plain on the back, so you could write a to and from or whatever, but they do hold a lip balm. Now the little inner bits, these bits, whoops, dropped it. I will pick it up for you. I can bend down. There we go. That little bit, you buy those off, I got mine off Amazon, and I haven't stuck it in, obviously, because I haven't put the lip balm in yet. But I cut the top and the back, and the lip balm, the little plastic thing, comes with the sticky bits to stick it to the front and the back, so that that closes up and seals up, just like a bought lip balm. And then I tied it off with some string. Now I cut those on Scan and Cut. So I cut all the backs, then I cut all the fronts with the apertures to take it out. And that was those. So I've done heaps and heaps of those because I will be selling those at our stall on Sunday. Lots to do between now and then. All right. Now I'm going to stand for a while because my back's sore. I haven't been to the address shop for ages, Estelle, because I don't get to Baronia very often anymore, or not that far down. I usually get as far as the butcher and that's it. Eve says if you put a piece of steel wool in the pin cushion, it helps to keep the pins sharp. Dried coffee grounds will do the same thing, and they smell nice. You can use coffee grounds to coffee grounds in your pin cushions, and they keep the needle sharp too. The wood mill works with pine, a pine shaving system. I would think that pine shavings would give off, if you're going to use them on their own, they would be fine. I wouldn't mix them with anything else, and I'd probably put them, I don't know, you might want to try it depending on what sort of fabric you're going to use, because the oil might come through. Estelle, I don't really know. All right, I'm going backwards here, sorry. Okay. Delaney says it does happen. Moth, spiders, flies. Oh, see, I know I don't want anything like that in my drink, because I don't turn the light on or anything. I just reach over and get the glass and drink it. Because at home I have a glass. When we're away in the van, I have a drink bottle, so I've got the top, so I'm not worried about it then. Patricia has a Tupperware coaster on her bedside glass of water. Yep. Oh, Cat was drinking from the glass one night. Oh, better the glass than the toilet. Oh, well, you know, we could make some beery ones. You wouldn't have to use doilies. You could just cut a circle of fabric and weigh it down with some coloured beads or the rocky beads, one of those, you know, the stony ones, not necessarily the pretty pearly ones, and make them slightly more masculine. I've lost it. Where'd it go? All right, we use Mr. Clean brand of microfiber cloths, using the same ones for 3 years to go. Mr. Clean is fabulous. I'm still using a Mr. Clean shower cloth that I bought 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. Line markers, thank you, Delaney. Jolly things flashing up things at me. Okay, so sorry. Sinkers, yes. Sinkers would work. Sinkers on fishing fabric would be cute. Sinkers on fishing fabric would be very cute. I've got fishing fabric. Think about that. Okay. What else? What else? I've done a whole heap of Christmas decorations. Just little tree ornaments, little wood rounds, and I've stamped them and then heat embossed the wishing you a Merry Christmas. And these have got rope on them. There's green ones, because you all know I like my farm trucks, and there's red ones. And I've got some that have already gone out that had wreaths on them with the Merry Christmas in the middle. These little wood rounds were, I think I got 50 for $20. So they weren't overly cheap, but they weren't overly expensive either. And that was just off Amazon. They came really quickly. So, yeah. All right. Nearly finished. I've got to get rid of that comment. Get rid of the comment. I don't know where it is. Hide comment. Yep. Okay. Right, journals, just little journals. I like doing these little books. This is just a plain, just a notebook, just a plain notebook. But it's a nice hardcover, and it's got the elastic on it to keep it closed or use as a bookmark. And I just cut the embellishment on the scan and cut and ironed it on. It is, I use iron-on or heat transfer vinyl to do it. So let me see. It's really simple. This one might show up better because it's on black. Okay. These are just journals. These aren't anything fancy, just a plain journal. They were, I think, about $5 each for the journals. I had the vinyl, had the HTV here, and it was a free SVG file, so that didn't cost anything either. So I just cut it and ironed it on. This one, this is mine for next year, but I have done others for other people, and this is a planner. And it says, I know the plans I have for you. And it is an actual planner. Now, this is a project planner. because, you know, and inside. Now this one was from Kmart. I think it was about $12, something like that. So you've got your year of planning pages, then there's a to-do section, and then there's notes at the back. So it's just a planner, but I thought that saying, or that verse, actually goes really well with a planner. So I have a few, I've done a couple more of these for different people that I have in mind, for Christmas gifts. And yes, I did have to buy the planner. I didn't make it, I'm sorry. I did some of these last year. I've done some more. Just little, they're the little canvases that I got from the reject shop. They were very inexpensive. I've had them for ages. They were about $2.50 each. And again, I chose the file, and I don't know if you can see the glitter that's showing the glitter. I cut it out of glitter HTV and ironed it on to make that. I've done them last year. I did them in gold. See, they're black. Another thing I've done is a Christmas scrapbook. It's not quite finished because I haven't done the cover yet. I've kept it simple because I don't know what photos will be going in it. I need to stand while I'm doing this, don't I? And I used what I had. So it's very simple and basic, but just for a Christmas, I have someone in mind for this who likes to take lots of photos and record each family Christmas. So I will do the cover. I've still got to do the cover. I just can't decide on the paper to use. But yeah, that's it. It's really simple. Just a nice, easy little Christmas scrapbook. I brought out lots of old scrapbooking tools to cut these wavy shapes and the squares, and use some odd colours. Found some stickers in my stash. So that was something else I've done. And then last thing, I promise, and I'll let you go, is this. I make prayer journals. They take a lot of time. Well, they take me a lot of time because I like them to be, I like each one to be different, and I like to make it to suit the person it's going to. These are a slightly faster version of the prayer journal, and what they are is just little prayer keepers. So it's hardcover, and on the inside, oh, I've lost the pen. There should be a pen in there. There's a notebook, and then I've put a little pocket, and in the pocket I've got 20 prayer cards. Now, I did buy the prayer cards, but they're all different, and they're all pretty, and there's room on the back for your notes. So these are more, I think, intended as a personal thing rather than, well, your prayer journal is personal too, but it's where you, I belong to a prayer chain. So I record who we're praying for, why we're praying in my prayer journal. I have pages for that, and pages for requests, prayer requests and things. But I've done 4 of these to go to different people. So I'm hoping they won't be insulted and think that I'm telling them they need to pray more, because I'm not. But they were fun to do, and I really enjoyed these. And they used things that I had. The board was from the packets, the backing of packets of DSP that I get. Obviously the DSP, the designer series papers, were from my stash. The notebooks were from my stash. The pen is from my stash, and I must have dropped it somewhere, but it just slides in there. The ribbon was from my stash. The vinyl was from my stash, and that was a free SVG that I printed and fiddled around with to shrink it and make it fit. Cardstock was from my stash. So the only thing I had to buy was the little prayer cards, and I'm sure I could probably have made them if I'd been so inclined, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have been as pretty if I had made them myself. So there we go. That's all I can show you for the time being. Everything else has gone to its various recipients, and as soon as Christmas is over, and I know they've got them, we'll do a "this is what you didn't see" show, so you can start planning for next year if you want to. So there we go. All right, now, so I hope you're all ready, working away on your handmade Christmas. If you've been doing something each week, I know Annabelle has, I know lots of us have been doing something each week. We're nearly prepared. Come the end of the month, we'll be all sitting back, chilled, knowing it's under control and happy. I will do I was going to say I'll do a shoe. I'll do a show on the food gifts, because there's a few of those that, and I've added a couple of new things this year, branching out a bit, especially with the hampers. I get a bit bored giving people the same thing every year. I know they might ask for it, but I think, can we not use something new? So, okay. All right. So I will let you go, and I will see you next Tuesday. Have a great week. Enjoy your crafting. Enjoy your making of Christmas gifts. If there's any questions, you've got any questions I haven't answered, put them in the comments below. Thumbs up would be appreciated. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button. We would love to have you join us. And remember, happy cheapskating. I'll see you all next week. And I just saw a comment and it disappeared on me. Giving the same thing over. When I do the hampers, you know, it's the same things that go into it all the time, because they ask for them. They go to specific people and they ask for them. I just get so bored. And perhaps because there's no challenge in thinking about how to package them differently, I've run out of ideas on how to package lemon butter. Let me tell you, there's only so many ways you can do a jar. But anyway, okay, thank you all for joining me, and I will really let you go now. See you next week, everyone.